Hello, everybody. It's a brand new week. And this week we're going to be doing some of the same old, and some things are a little different. So we're going to go over everything right now quickly so that you'll be prepared for the week. Of course, I've just printed everything off of RenWeb, which is the same thing you can do, and follow along and mark things off as you go. Every video will be linked on RenWeb. Every paper that you need will have a little link on RenWeb that you can pull it up or print it off. So on Monday, go ahead and grab your King Arthur book, pause me if you need to, and then come back, and a pencil so we can mark where we're stopping each day. So Monday, we're going to start chapter 4 of book 2, and it is about Sir Tristram. It starts on page 167, Sir Tristram and the Fair Iseult. So that's what we're reading this week, and on Monday, you're going to read from 167 over to 172, and here's where we're stopping on 172. The word scorn. Go ahead and draw a line under there. That's where we're stopping on Monday. And then, of course, get out your journal and turn to a clean page right at the top, book 2, chapter 4, and go ahead and jot down the notes from the section you read today while they're fresh in your mind and while you while you still remember them, so you don't have to remember them tomorrow. What I have been doing, and it's been pretty helpful, is when I get my book out, I grab this first if I'm in the middle of a chapter, and I'm just reading back through my notes, and I go, oh yeah, that's what's going on. And so it kind of gets me back in the mindset before I read the new section. I mean, it's just a thought. If you find yourself confused when you pick up in the middle of a chapter, just go back and read your notes. It will be helpful. All right, also on Monday, you are going to write me a story. It doesn't have to be terribly long. It has to be about your weekend, because it's Monday, right? What'd you do last weekend? And it has to contain at least 8 of your vocabulary words. So it could be more, 8 or 9 or 10 or 11. I'd be super impressed if anyone fit all 12, but it's not a requirement. At least 8. And it has to be about your weekend, but on the lesson plan, it specifically says it can be fiction or nonfiction, and here's why. We're just all stuck at home, right? Mostly. And your weekend may not have been that exciting, right? You may not have done anything. I know I didn't do much. So if you're like, what am I supposed to write about? I didn't even do anything. Make it up. Like, ask yourself, what do I wish I'd done this weekend? And you could write a story about that. So fiction or nonfiction, at least 8 of your vocabulary words, and you're going to underline each of those words as you use them. Make sure you use them properly, and do send me a copy of the story when you are done. So that is Monday. Now, I did put something on homework this week, and that is that you are going to study for a vocabulary test. On Friday, we're going to have a vocabulary test for Unit 10. So I need you to study definitions, synonyms, antonyms. You know the page after we do our spelling usually, and you go turn it in, and then you grab that page, and the front and back, it's got like the definitions, like multiple choice, and then there's a little section with fill in the blank, and then on the back, there's 6 questions about synonyms and 6 questions about antonyms. That's the only page that's going to be on the test, front and back. It's 2 pages when you pull it up from the link. We're not going to do the parts of speech page, and we're not going to do a spelling section of the test. So make sure you're studying definitions, synonyms, and antonyms, and the test will be Friday. All right, in history on Monday, you are just going to do your flashcards for numbers 81 through 90, and then be studying numbers 1 through 90. Every time you're bored, just pick up those cards and study, study, study. Study with a brother, study with a sister, study with a grandma, study with a mama, study with whoever, study with the dog, whoever. Study, study, study. There's a lot to learn there, but it's all super useful information. So make sure you're not getting behind on that. Okay, and that's it for Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, you're going to pick right back up here on 172, and you're going to read to 178. You're actually going to go all the way to the bottom. So finish out page 178, not the dragon. Go ahead and draw that line there so you know to stop when you're reading along. But you are going to finish page 178. And then, of course, get your journal out and write your notes for that section. Then you are going to get open up a video, which will be in RenWeb, that is grading me just going through the answers on Vocabulary Workshop for page 102 and 103. And so grade it like we always do, you know, have integrity, make sure you're not using a pencil, use a grading pen of some sort, mark it wrong if it's wrong, all like we normally do, pretend I'm staring at you, and make sure you do it well. But that's going to be on Tuesday. We're going to grade those first 2 pages. And then you will have on your RenWeb a link to a new daily paragraph editing. It's called Golden Gate Bridge. And on Tuesday, you're just going to do this top section of page 81. And everything you need to know about what you're looking for is on the other side. Okay, and then I think that's it. Study for your vocab test. And then in history on Tuesday, you're going to open up the link for, I think it's actually called Daily, but it's the Daily Geography. We've done a couple of these this year, but this one is about regions of the United States. So you don't have to print this one out, but you do need to be able to pull it up and look at it. So there will be an instructional video before you start this. It will be on Tuesday. So watch the video first, and then you're going to do the 4 questions, 2 for Monday and 2 for Tuesday. That's going to be on Tuesday. And then, of course, hold on to it because we're going to finish it later in the week. All right, and that's it for Tuesday. Wednesday, you are going to pick up on page 179, and you are going to read to this, right above this picture on page 183. So draw your line right there, sweet wine to the very dregs. Draw your line right there. When you finish reading, write your notes so we are not getting confused. Make sure you know what you read. And then you are going to watch the video to grade this top section of Golden Gate Bridge. So it'll be a little short video. You'll grade it. And that is it for Wednesday for language arts. For history, you're doing the rest of your cards, 91 to 100, and then you're done writing all those cards. And then you have the whole set to take everywhere with you, you know, and by everywhere I mean like the living room, kitchen, the dining room, the bedroom, your backyard. Study, 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 right? Let's get those done. And study. That's the other thing on Wednesday. All right, moving on to Thursday. Thursday, you are going to finish Book 2, Chapter 4. So it ends on page 189. You're going to finish. You're going to finish your notes, and you're going to give me at least 4 hashtags. Okay, so that's all on Thursday. There will be a King Arthur video that you will watch. I'm going to try to make it shorter than the last one, but the last one, there was just so much going on, I just could not stop talking about it. But I'm going to try to do better. Shorten it just a touch. But there will be a video over King Arthur, and you need to watch that. And then you are going to do the bottom paragraph of page 81 on Golden Gate Bridge. And then you're going to watch another grading video for page 104 and 105 in Vocabulary Workshop book. So we're going to grade those other 2 pages. So that is all on Thursday. And in history on Thursday, you are going to complete Wednesday and Thursday's questions on that region's daily packet. And then, of course, study your citizenship questions. All right, Friday. We're done with King Arthur for the week. We do have a comprehension, and it's such a good, I mean, kind of love it. It's called the Salt Shaker Trick. And it will be linked. You can print it out or just read it on the screen. But it's a magic trick. Now, in order to answer the questions, you don't have to do the trick, right? You just have to read about the trick to answer the questions. So you don't have to do the trick. But if you do, I want to know about it. I want to know how it goes. I've read it over and over again, and I think I'm going to try it. But I think here's my advice. I haven't tried it yet. If you're going to try it, I think you should probably practice it like 20 times before you try to do that in front of a person and try to actually pull the trick over on them. It looks like a fun trick. So if you do it, let me know how it goes, because I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try it. Who knows how it will go? I'm not much of a magician. But here are the questions that you're going to answer. And of course, send those to me. And on this day, you are going to take the vocabulary test. And I'm going to send an email to your parents kind of giving instructions about that. But just know that basically I want them to be there while you take it, and make sure that no one is peeking in their vocabulary book or anything like that. So if you have to wait till they get home on Friday and you take it a little bit later, it's okay with me if you send that to me over the weekend. It doesn't have to be Friday. So that's the only thing so far that I think I've felt like I need your parents to be sitting there while you do it. But I do just want to make sure that we're all being on the up and up. So that will be Friday. And then for history on Friday, you are going to do the last day, the Friday of the Regions packet, and then you're going to send me a copy of all your answers. And then, of course, last Friday, I asked you to, by FaceTime or Zoom or Messenger or something, video somebody in class, in one of our 5th grade classes, and study together on the citizenship test. And I got lots of good feedback from that, from parents, that you guys had a good time talking to each other and kind of catching up and seeing each other's faces. So probably I'll be doing that once a week. And so this Friday, you are going to, again, video chat with someone in some platform, I don't care what, and study, ask each other questions from the citizenship test. Now you have numbers 1 through 100. You can do them all. You can study with the same person you studied with last week, or you can study with someone new. It doesn't matter to me. I know last week there was at least 2 that I know of, that were groups of more than 2 or even more than 3 that kind of did a Zoom chat or something together. That's okay. You can be more than 2, like there can be 5 or 6 or 10 of you. I don't care, as long as you're studying. I mean, I know you're going to chat too. I know you're going to do that, because that's what I would do. But also make sure you spend some of the time asking questions, because that's kind of the point. So Friday, make sure you do that again. And again, let me know who you studied with. I don't care if it's the same person. I don't care if it's a different person. And if you're having a hard time finding someone to study with, I'm right here. Just let me know. I'm a good study buddy too. So please make sure you're keeping up with your work. Make sure you're sending me all the things that you need to send me so that I am able to keep up with what you're doing. And if you have any questions, of course, always let me know. And the last thing I'm going to say, I'm sure we've all heard the bad news from Governor Abbott, whom I do like. But he has said that no one in Texas can go back to school this year, and that makes me super sad. And I'm sure there's maybe 1 or 2 of you that are sad about that too. The rest of you are probably super happy you can keep learning in your pajamas, but that's okay. But my point is, we're going to keep doing this till the end of the year. And if there's anything that you need to make this easier on you, to make it easier on your parents, please let me know, because we're in this for the long haul now. We know we're going to be doing this for several more weeks. So please let me know if you're struggling with how to submit work or how to print off things that you need to print off or anything like that. If you need hard copies of things, please have your parents contact me, because I don't want this to be dramatic, right? I want us to just learn and, try to do what we need to do, but also not be distraught all the time. So let's all help each other to make sure we're getting everything done that we need to get done. So I miss you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.